All right, y'all. This is another episode of Old Charlee Please, where it's faith first, shade second, little bit of common sense somewhere in between, a lot of commotion. And I would like to let y'all know that if you're not on YouTube watching this, you missing the treat because we got a special guest in the studio today. I'm just saying, I'm over here fangirling out. I'm gonna try to hold it together. But if you're not watching us on YouTube, that's fine too. You can listen to us wherever you get your podcast from, okay? Now, the lady I have before me today needs no introduction, but I'm gonna give her a small one anyway. We have today Miss Danielle Allen, who is a USA Today bestselling author, educator, and life coach known for writing contemporary black romances. She's had 55 titles under her belt, y'all, and she's written some of my personal favorites, which are Broken Clocks, Curvy Girl Summer, Plus Size Player, and now Big Girl Blitz. And when I tell you, baby, we're gonna get into it today. Let me just, I got a little money on her, so give some applause. Miss
Thank
Danielle Allen, welcome to the Old Charlie Please podcast. How are you today?
thank you. I am good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Look, thank you for agreeing, because I was like, I don't even know if she gonna tell me yet, because I ain't really made it yet. But I'm a shooter in the dark
You
anyway.
here, so you made it. Okay.
Yes, 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 yes. I thank you so much for agreeing to do this. Thank you so much for you and your team even sending out the arc and thinking of
Absolutely.
me when it comes to Big Girl Blitz. When I tell you I am a Danielle Allen stan, can't nobody say nothing bad about you, or they gonna have to see me. They gotta see me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm
I love
sorry.
it.
Okay.
I love it.
All right. So what I like to do with this show before we get into anything, I like to make sure the vibes is right and all that. So we do a mental health check in. Just want to see how it's going, how you feeling, so we kind of know how this gonna go today. So I'm gonna start with you. How you feeling? What's the anticipation? What's going on?
Listen, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling I mean, honestly, I feel like I'm feeling good in
Mm-hmm.
general.
Right.
But the world right now,
Yes.
okay, and with this deadline, it's just kind of like I don't have the energy for that. So
Yes.
like I'm in this bubble protecting my peace, like
Yes.
enjoying because tomorrow's not promised. Like all
It's
we can
not.
do is live in the moment, live for today. But like reading that threat, I was like, not 8 o'clock, because I I was like, I have an interview at 8 o'clock. Like this doesn't work for me. Like this
Yeah.
whole thing doesn't work for me. But
Right.
overall, I'm good though. How are you?
Oh, I'm pushing through, persevering. I'm a person that work, in public health. So, we don't know which way the world gonna go. So we just find joy in whatever ways you can find joy. Thank you for writing this book and gave me some joy. And I'm so serious. Like,
No,
reading is
totally.
definitely my bibliotherapy. It definitely helps me escape. And I am so excited that I got a chance to just relieve a little. I listened to the audiobook today too, just to kind of hear it. Came at a great time. Okay,
Good,
so
good.
um,
Yeah.
you know, but glad to know that we're gonna get through this. We're gonna be
We are.
fine.
So it's
Yes,
it's gonna
all the
be what it's
time.
gonna be, but like it's just like so unnecessary. Like
Very.
there's so much strife that's happening right now that is uncalled for, unnecessary, and unwarranted. And
Yeah.
so in all ways that we can derive joy, we need to.
Right. Right. Most definitely. Okay. Well, to pick this back up, because we're not gonna stay there. We're
Mm-mm.
gonna talk about what we came to talk about today. This is the Big Girl Blitz takeover. Okay.
Oh,
Let me tell you. When I tell you 10 out of 10, gotta recommend. When I tell
mm,
you Chef's Kiss, when I say a very perfect ending to a series. Miss Ma'am, you did that. You did
thank you
that.
so much. That makes
Oh
my heart
yes,
so happy.
most definitely. So now that the Curve series has come to an end, how are you feeling? Is it like, oh, I'm so tired of talking about these girls? Are you like, oh, I'm excited? What are you feeling right now?
Right now, it's bittersweet. Like I finished the first draft of Big Girl Blitz a year ago
Okay.
and like had to submit it by May. And then I added a lot more and had to take a lot out. And so I feel like it's been a long time, like waiting and hoping like that everyone would get to like see what Jazz had going on this summer.
Yeah.
But because there was so much more that I wrote that I had to like cut out and condense. I
Right.
feel like, is there more? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I love them and I love
Yeah.
everything about the world that I created. But I feel like if that is how it's ending, I really wanted to wrap everything up in a
Yeah.
bow. And so
Yeah.
so it's bittersweet and it makes me sad. I'm gonna miss them.
Yeah.
Um,
It was a great ending. And listen, Miss Danielle Allen already told me there are no spoiler alerts, so
yes.
y'all gotta wait till next week, okay? Because I'm dropping this episode tomorrow, tomorrow. Because I know you're gonna be busy next week. One thing I want to touch on, um, about the Curve series, because we're gonna talk about the Curve series and gonna bring back the Big Girl Blitz. I really love how you center friendships amongst saying like, I'm gonna write these characters, I'm gonna show that they really love each other, that they down for each other, and is that a true representation of what you have in your life currently?
Absolutely. And that's why I all of my characters have at least one best friend that they rock with. And I think it's so important because in real life I have that and I know how vitally important that has been for my just overall development from girlhood into womanhood. It has been truly a saving grace to have these women in
Right.
my life. And there's one man who is part of my best friend group, but like it is so important to have that. And when you think about relationships, there's a lot of weight put on romantic relationships as
Yes.
if that romantic partner should carry the weight of everything that you need. And that is just setting them up for failure and setting you up for failure. There are so many things that your romantic partner should provide, but you should also have other people in your life. Your
Most definitely.
support system should be, it should be more than just the one person.
Right.
And I think that when people are talking about all the chances that they have given their partner, typically some man, but then as soon as someone shows up in a nice dress and some heels on your birthday, you're ready to end the friendship. And it's just like, but you took him back for
Speak
cheating
on
on
it.
you,
Speak
but
on it.
you are going to end this friendship because you thought she looked cute and you felt like she tried to outdo you. And I think that like it's because as a society, there's so much emphasis put on being romantically partnered and not on platonic friendships, whether
Yes.
it's like whatever the gender makeup is of the platonic friendships. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think there's so much importance that should be placed on that that
Mm-hmm.
is placed on romantic relationships instead. So people allow things in with their romantic partner that they shouldn't,
Right.
that they don't allow in their friendships.
Right.
And it's like whole time that behavior you shouldn't have allowed, period,
Right.
but
Right.
definitely not with your romantic partner. And so I just think that if people, sometimes if you see like the value and the benefit, even if it's fictional,
Mm-hmm.
in that relationship, just like people see the value in like, oh, I want a romantic partner to show up for me, like Ahmad or Russ or Lamar. Like
Mm-hmm.
I would want people to read these books and also say, I want someone to show up for me like Aaliyah, like
Mm-hmm.
Nina, like Jazz.
Right. Most definitely. And I'm glad you spoke on it too, because me and my friends, we had this conversation often. When it comes to friendship and friendship breakups, I have had my heart broken worse by breakup than a man breaking up with me. Because it's like when you end something with your girl, your dog, your partner, your ace, it's just like somebody just taking toothpicks and just, you know what I'm saying, at your chest, at your heart. And I'm so glad that you're highlighting it and letting people know that yes, you have to love your counterpart, right? You know,
Mhm.
whoever you're romantically involved with. However, your
Absolutely.
friends are your friends, are your friends, are your friend. And friendship love, I think it goes deeper. I think it's safer sometimes. I think it's more trustworthy. And just reading these books, I just like how you always center whatever they're going through, they coming right back to the friendship. You ain't
Hmm.
talked to Aaliyah in a minute. We ain't talked to Nina. You know, Jazz going through a thing, but we about to hop on this call. Girl, you good. And I was like, dang, Danielle do that so good. Cause we forget that, you know, we even in books sometimes, you know, once you know the FMC get the MMC, it's her and him, they up, it's stuck. You know, we see the friends again at the wedding, right? Friend be gone. Or if some drama pop off, that's when friend popping up. But in this series, you made sure to like, bam, we right here with it. And I love
Because
that so much.
thank you, but that's important too because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I am the friend who people call on when they're going through stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Valid. I feel like my background, like I get it. But also, if I in my life, now this doesn't happen with my best friends, but in my life, if you are only contacting me when you need like advice, if you need a listening ear, if you need support, but when it's time to like go out and have some fun or celebrate a win, then
Mm-hmm.
you don't call me as quickly, then I had to back away from that because I feel like now you're extracting just emotional labor from me. So I
Mm-hmm.
definitely wanted to show that they aren't just calling each other when shit's going left. It's also
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
when shit's going right because
Right.
that is part of what friendship is. It's being, I want you a part of my whole life, not just to have someone to trauma dump on, not
Right.
just to like get a listening ear or an encouraging word, but also to celebrate, to tell you this random, to tell you how I got my back blown out, to tell you how I like went on a great date, to tell you
Right.
like whatever it is, like those are the things that I feel like are so important in a well-rounded friendship. And so
Most
I
definitely.
wanted to show that they, it's a love story for not only them romantically, but with their families and friends too.
Most definitely. And I'm glad you said that because I seen a quote today. It says, whenever you're excluded, make sure you remain excluded. You know,
Okay.
when people X you out, you know your position. Don't fight your way back in. Don't try to claw your way. Don't knock on the door, see if it's safe. You were removed for whatever reason. You got to be okay with that. And I'm glad that you
Exactly.
said, hey, once you figure that thing out, if I'm on the free, you want to trauma dump on, you only want to call me when it's bad, but I see you out standing on couch to celebrate your birthday with your other friends, hey.
Okay. Like, no, thank you. No,
No,
thank
thank you.
you.
No, thank you. So let's move into these MMCs because let me tell you something. I'm not gonna get a book away, but I will say this: Lamar Hollywood Anderson. That's a good man, Danielle.
He
That's a
is.
good man.
He is a good one.
Tell me, cause I thought Russ was it for me. Okay, I thought he was my. Ain't nobody topping Mr. Man. Even though he made me mad, he made me mad. He got it
Valid.
together. He got it
Valid.
together. But when I read about Mr. Lamar Anderson, I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Can, you got to walk me through that. You got to tell me what the mind process was when you was like, hey, we got to make him good. We got to make it all right.
So all of the men, Ahmad, Russ, and Lamar, are I think of what it is that the heroine needs. Like that is
Mm-hmm.
the man that shows up because I feel like truly our counterpart is going to show up as exactly what it is that we need.
Most
And
definitely.
I feel like with Ahmad liked to play
Mm-hmm.
and Aaliyah needed
Mm-hmm.
that. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like with Russ, he was like, I know who I am. I'm confident enough to like you do you. I want you to do
Right.
you. I want you to soar.
Right.
And I'm gonna be over here doing me.
Mm-hmm.
And because he knew that he was him.
Mm-hmm.
So he was okay with her being her. And
Right.
as amazing as they are, Ahmad and Raz, I feel like they wouldn't have been a good match for the opposite
Yeah.
friend. And I feel like with Lamar, the way he shows love was different than Ahmad and Raz,
Mm-hmm.
but like it was exactly what Jazz needed.
Mm-hmm.
especially at the time. But at the exact same time, Jazz was exactly what Lamar needed.
Mhm.
And even when things are happening and life is changing,
Mhm.
they are still the things that they exhibited in the beginning are even more valid and important when things are happening, and
Right.
they needed that.
Mhm.
And that's what made their relationship work the way it needed
Yeah.
to work.
Yeah. I will say with all your MMCs, it's a level of care they provide. It's like you show how they care without even putting it on paper sometimes. It's like you just feel it. Like,
Good.
Ahmad was gonna be there from jump. When he even came up with this plan, Russ was like, hey, I know what this is, but I'm gonna let you do you, and we gonna do our thing. And even with Lamar, how do you evoke that emotion through your writing without saying, I'm not gonna say it, but they gonna feel it?
I think by making it as realistic as possible, I
Mhm.
think that's how people can kind of infer what is happening.
Okay.
Because if it's something that's completely outlandish and unfamiliar, people may not feel it.
Mhm.
But when it feels real, when it feels doable, when it feels like it not only could happen, it should happen, it will happen,
Mhm.
then I feel like it's easier to like feel how like, oh, when somebody cares about me, when somebody loves me, when somebody wants to be with me, these are the intentional
Mhm.
ways in which they move. These are the points of consideration that are taken with me in mind. And so I think in showing intentionality and consideration, you can feel the genuine care that exists
Yeah.
between the
Oh yeah, we
characters.
we we feel it. I felt it with like through each book, and everyone is just like, I think every man grows more sweeter in this series. You just like, oh my God, no, he did. Oh, like I said, Bruce still kind of pissed me off a little bit, but that's neither. But even with him doing that, he still found a way to redeem himself and show that,
Yes, and
yeah.
in his defense,
Hmm.
the situation happened the way it happened, and he also was taking like we are in just Nina's head.
Hmm.
So when the situation happens, he is also as caught off guard.
Hmm.
And his first thought is not necessarily the best thought,
Okay.
but it's also valid because it's like you benefit from this.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Is this a scheme? It was a scheme that
Yeah.
popped up. And so like
Yeah. Essentially.
and so I feel like but the reaction her response to his reaction was also valid because it's like why would you think why would you think that? And so
Right.
then he had to take a step back
You're right.
because because whose rule, without giving anything away, who
Hmm.
it was her rule that
Hmm.
prohibited, and he went along with it because he needed that.
Right.
So if somebody tells me, you know, what she had said, and
Hmm.
then come to find out, I too would be like,
Yeah.
was that you know what I mean? And
Hmm.
so I feel like I I understand when
Yeah.
people are frustrated with him because it's valid.
Yeah.
And just as she was, because
Right.
what you mean? But then the way he behaved afterward
Hmm.
wasn't because he didn't have feelings. It was because he did.
Hmm.
And so it was so yeah. So like but he definitely so just to speak up on his behalf because
Okay,
there
listen. It's still still Team Russ over here. I love a little plot twist. I love when, cause and I was telling my friend this. I said, my toxic trait is I'm gonna hang in there to see how y'all all gonna turn out. So I didn't, I was going through the motions, if you will, but I stuck it
Mhm.
out, and I was like, okay, this is my man. We made it, because at first I was just like, now wait a goddamn minute, you just Mr. Sir, Mr. Man. Now come
Like,
on now,
what do you mean?
what you mean? We didn't did what we didn't did, and then you talking about
Like, make it make
don't make.
sense.
I'm gonna pull up, cause see, now you didn't make, now the brain is scrambled. Now we can't do that. Like,
Right, because what you're not gonna do is all the
no,
things you did
come
and then
on.
act like that. Absolutely
What
not.
Tyrese say? How you gonna act up and leave me now? Come on. No, we're not doing that.
We're not.
No.
We're
We
not.
we
We
together
are not.
now. We together, whether you know it or not. So yeah. So I get that. Now, speaking of evoking emotions, pushing my business a little bit and putting my business just a little bit.
Okay.
The
Come
reason
on.
why I really love this series so much, because at one point in time, I was the president of the BBW club, okay?
Okay, okay.
I was, had to lose weight because of health issues, all this, right? Let me tell you something that the emotion you evoked up out of me. Now, I wasn't the BBW or the big girl or whatever that got teased or whatever, but I've had my moments with people. People be peopling sometimes. Sometimes
People be listen.
you gotta chin check some shit real quick, right? Cool. It was times in all these books I had to be like, baby, am I not healed from some of these feelings from being a bigger girl? Cause baby, from a little uncle to the mess that Nina went through, to what Jasmine went through, and whatever she went through, I had to put it down real quick there. Y'all said, hold up. Cause come on now, don't get it twisted. Thinner don't mean prettier, and bigger don't mean I'm not that.
Okay.
I'm talking about, baby, you can't be me on your birthday or your worst day, big or not.
Listen.
So
Listen.
let's talk about how you evoked them emotions up out of me, because I was like, oh Lord, let me put. I ain't listen. It still resonates. I'm 160 pounds lighter, but baby, it's still there. Tell me how you got through there and wrote that without getting yourself upset, because baby, I was mad.
Listen, I feel like the thing is that when I have been fat my entire life. So like there's never been a point where it was like, oh, you were thin. Like it so it's been my continued existence. I've also known like I'm that girl. You know what I mean? And so it's
Most
like
definitely.
I feel like I grew up like the way Nina's childhood, that was how I grew up. Like it was definitely not a bullying situation that happened for me. But I I remember in the 6th grade, this boy asking me to be his girlfriend, and when I said no, he loudly said, "I didn't want your fat ass anyway." I was again in 6th grade. I'd never even heard that before, and so I was just like, "Oh, you just asked me to be your girlfriend." Like I was very confused. Like
I was that girl when you
I
asked
was
me, and now you got the rejection. Now it's
seconds
ever me.
later,
Okay.
I'm confused. And so I feel like it from that point on, it has always been no matter like what you're doing, it when you're just existing in a bigger body, you are going to be inundated with nonsense. And some of it is very, very directed and like hey, I'm trying to insult you. Some of it is secondhand where you're scrolling on social media and you see a beautiful couple and the woman is heavier than the man. And in the comments, people are like, oh, like she got a man and I don't.
Oh, he
What are you
must be
judging this
spending.
on?
She must be giving him her tax money.
Exactly. And then it's just like, why? Because she's big? Like, and so then, and then even like early was it last week I got another like email from this from somebody who was just like hey, saw your content on IG, love it, we think you would be a great brand ambassador for this weight loss injection shot. And it's just like I'm what
Excuse me.
like
I beg your finest pardon.
like what do you mean? So it's like you can just be existing not doing anything, not bothering nobody, and someone will quickly want to remind you, like, you're fat.
Yeah.
And because society has conditioned us to believe that fat equals ugly or fat equals
Mhm.
that something's wrong with you, that you're lazy, whatever,
Mhm.
people who, if they did have like X, Y, and Z happening to them while like growing up or in adulthood,
Mhm.
then they take those messages and it negatively impacts them further. And then
Mhm.
they're sitting there like, oh, maybe I don't deserve this type of love because, or maybe this
Mhm.
person is just using me, or,
Yeah.
and then there are I mean, so I only date men. So when I'm saying this, I'm not saying that there aren't women who act like this too, because I'm sure there are. But
Mhm.
when I have definitely had men like feel away because it's like, oh, like why won't you give me a chance?
Yeah. Or you
I'm
think you don't have a choice because you're a big girl.
right.
No,
And
I
it's
do.
like,
I do. I do. Believe it or not, I
right. And
do.
it's like, I have plenty of and I don't choose you, sir.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
feel like they are almost like taken
Yeah,
aback.
like they be
Like, what
they
do you
be
mean?
offended. Like, how dare you deny me? How dare you say
Right.
no?
Like, you're
I said
fat.
no.
You should be like excited about this attention. And it's like, no, I
No.
get plenty of attention. And that's the thing. It's like, just like you want me, you think there aren't plenty other men? Like, what's going on? Where is this cognitive dissonance where you feel like you are the only person? But like, there's so much of that exists because
Mhm.
society will put out in media what beauty is, what it's supposed
Mhm.
to look like. And when you don't fit that mold, there are people who want to take advantage of that, who want to benefit from that, who want to manipulate you if they can with that. And so my hope, what I wanted to show was that these things are happening and these women at no point, because I did see somebody say about, and I don't know if it was about Jazz or if it was about Aaliyah, but they were saying that they wish that Aaliyah or Jazz like didn't feel like their weight was why their perspective their person didn't, like, they felt like they didn't want them or they couldn't believe that they liked them because of their weight. It was never ever about the weight. And I think that that is part of the problem because if they had doubts about something concerning the relationship and you automatically feel like, oh, she's feeling like this because she's fat and she can't believe that he wants her,
Mhm.
that's not anything in what I wrote.
Right.
I feel like there are times when if someone tells me like, oh, I'm only attracted to very thin women, cool, that is what it is. You know what I mean? Like that,
Right. Like, okay.
like, I'm not trying to convince you otherwise. Like, that's what
Right.
you like. So if that is the case, then that is the case. In these situations, these men have already explicitly said that they were interested in these women.
Mhm.
None of them have ever thought, oh, he doesn't like me because of my weight, or this isn't going to work because of my weight. That has never been the issue. But what I think is so interesting is that when you think about how people perceive
Mhm.
the dynamic, and then they come to the conclusion that, oh, Aaliyah was mad at Ahmad or didn't want ex, spoiler,
Mm, right.
with Ahmad because of her weight, or like, no, oh, I feel like no one's ever said that about Nina because Nina been
No,
that
she
bitch
came out
and
the door.
she was like,
Yeah,
okay, like
Nina.
nobody ever,
You can't.
but
Nina, not the little one, baby. You can't play with us
okay,
like this.
so
You try
absolutely.
somebody else, not her. Not her.
But like with Jazz, if they're thinking that the reason things that happened were
Mhm.
happening because of her weight, and it's like, no, like not at all. And but I feel like people think that because that's what they think. And
Mm-hmm.
it could be something that is internalized, but just because if I were spending time with a man and he started moving a little different, acting a little funny, in no way would I think, oh, it's because I'm fat.
No,
Like,
no.
or
There's so
it's
many other
because
reasons.
right, like
Cause
clearly
my
something's up.
first thought is, okay, either somebody need to die, have been and died, or on the way died, or you got another woman. But the weight is
Because
never the.
right,
I was big
like
when you met me. What are we doing? That's not the
ex-
first thought that I'm going to think. Crazy.
exactly. And so that is something that I do hope that people
Yeah.
take notice of within themselves, because like it can be internalized, it could be deep down where it's just like, oh, the reason that this is happening is because, and it's like, okay, let's explore why you think that, and not even
Mm-hmm.
in a way of like condemning anyone, but just like, let's explore why you think that, because
Right.
that was never stated, that was never a line of thinking for any of the women, but particularly with Jazz, when that comes up, it's not because she doesn't think that she's enough for him or that he doesn't want her because of her weight.
Right.
That was never in question.
Never. That
It
was
was
never on the agenda. Ever.
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 It
Ever
was
on the agenda.
never. And
I just
so,
and to your point, and this is just decided because I my mama make this joke about me up until the last 5 years. I had to keep my weight off. She used to make this say like, "Girl, you be fat every other year," which was true. My weight has always kind of been up and down, right? But now that I've been consistently this size for like maybe the past 5 years, I can tell you, it don't matter what your size is. People are going to say whatever the F they're going to say about you. When you're
yeah.
too big, the world hates you. Oh, look at her wide ass. Da, 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 da. Then you lose, like, oh, she lost weight. She thinks she all that now. Oh, you too skinny. I can't hang with you no more. Like, I really had people telling me that. I'm like, no, wait a minute. I
Yes.
can't be fat. I can't be slim. What and it's like you're playing mental gymnastics with yourself. You're playing this
Yes.
game of tug of war with yourself. And it's like I had to get to a point like, look here, this is my body. This is who I am. If y'all
Mhm.
think I'm acting funny or whatever, that's on y'all. Okay.
Right.
I gotta do what's best for me. Okay. When I was out here wilding all outside, I was still happy. The doctors wasn't happy. My body
Okay.
wasn't happy. Okay. Cause I was cool being my 18. You know what I'm saying? I was smooth with that. And then I'll drop a little
Okay.
weight, go on vacation, come back and get back big again. That's what I did. But now you just get to a point in my health, I had to keep the weight off consistently, getting almost 40. I get it now. But I
Mhm.
want people to know it does not matter. You have to be okay with you. It don't matter what
Absolutely.
size you are, because
Absolutely.
society will tell you too big and then you lose the weight. Now you got a whole nother set of problems. People, oh, she thinks she all that now. Oh, she a mean girl. And I was like, I just lost weight. I'm still the same person. I'm still the
Exactly.
same person.
And there's some health issues that you can be thin and still have. And so people who are like, which is why I made a point of like, none of them have health issues. So you can't say, oh,
None.
they need to lose
Mm-mm.
weight because of this reason. Like
Yeah.
they are healthy on paper.
Most definitely. Yeah.
So,
But
and
what we
but like,
doing?
okay, like, but I remember a time where it was like, they were saying that like Lizzo was too big. They were saying, oh, I can't think of her name right now. It's the daughter. She's the daughter of, oh, I cannot think of her name. Benzino's daughter. I can't
Coil
think of.
Ray.
Yes, they were saying
Mm-hmm.
that she was too thin.
Thin.
They
Uh-huh.
were saying that,
That's her.
Megan Thee Stallion was too tall and
Too
too
thick.
muscular.
Mm-hmm.
They like, it doesn't matter.
It does
It does
not.
not matter. Like, no matter what size you are, if people want to have a problem with it, they will have a problem with it. The person that you should be trying to please most is yourself. Once you are happy with you, then you are able to pick up on and surround yourself with other people who are happy with you, who are happy with how you look, how you move, and all of that. And you can just ignore everybody else because they don't matter. And it is so sad because people will do all types of different things to conform to what they think other people want.
Yes.
And I feel like
Yes.
if you want to look different, that is fine. If you want to lose weight, if you want to gain weight, if you want to get surgery, if you want to take the medication, the GLP-1s, you want to do all that, that is perfectly fine. If
Yeah.
you are doing it for you, do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do that. But love yourself now
Mm-hmm.
and then on the entire journey to where it is that you want to be. It does you no good to hate yourself at
Mm-hmm.
any stage, but especially
Right.
not in the body that got you to where you are now.
Right.
Why are you hating something that has protected you and carried you to where you are? And if you
Yes.
want to lose weight, gain muscle, like tone, whatever, on the way to whatever your goal is for yourself, love yourself the entire way. That's the only way it's going to work. That's the only way it's going to stick. Because once you get there, there's going to be something else that somebody can say about you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then what? Are you going to then say, oh, well, now I have to get these implants. Now I got to get this nose job. Now I have
Yeah,
to get
and
this.
it's
Like,
it's a never ending cycle, and it's
absolutely.
more mental than anything. This because and I'm just
Yes.
saying, the who the celebrities are. I don't want to say their name because baby, I ain't got no money, baby. You ain't gonna sue me, so this is all
Listen,
alleged.
I'll have to
But
log out because I don't got. I mean,
I ain't got. But we see what that does to the mental psyche. They got a different
absolutely.
nose, they got a different chin. The eyes a little higher this time. Next time's a little lower. The BBLs are here. It's just like you have to be comfortable with you, and that's what I love that you did with these plus size women. And I also love the fact that when you describe their bodies, sometimes you read these BBW, so oh, she was a 16, but she had the 24-inch waist, or her breasts were so perky, and she didn't have cellulitis, she didn't have cankles, baby. Now make no mistake. Some of us big girls, we were genetically blessed. Okay, I got a
Yes.
friend, baby. I'm talking about stacked to
Okay.
the T. I'm talking everything tight and right.
I
But some of
love
us
it.
aren't that fortunate. You're even with losing weight, you get loose skin. It's just, baby, your
Mhm.
body is your body is your body, right? But I love how
Absolutely.
you described Aaliyah. I love how you described Nina. Even Jazz described herself. It's just like you didn't make it unrealistic. Do I got pudges? Do I got a little pouch? Do I got a little cellulite? Yes, I'm a woman. I'm in my 30s. I'm grown. I lived a little life. This is what it is. I'm so
Exactly.
glad you did that. Did you? Well, I know you did it on purpose, but what was your real intention? Like, I just want people to see that even in fiction, I'm gonna give you a real body. Was that your mindset?
Yes, because I feel like my body is worthy of the love that it gets. It's worthy
Yes.
of the appreciation that it gets. And I feel like there's so many people out there that don't believe that their body is worthy of the
Mm-mm.
love, the attention, the someone worshiping it. Like you are worthy of that. And I think that sometimes if the only time you're seeing a body be loved, it has to be perfect. And
Mm-hmm.
I use perfect loosely because what is perfection?
Right.
Um, if you are seeing this like idealized version of a body as if that's the only way that
Mm-hmm.
this type of man who is showing up with intention and consideration is going to love, then you start thinking you have to negotiate with what you will allow because it's like, oh,
Right.
well, I'm not bringing that like perfect body to the table, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let him talk to me any kind of way.
Yeah. No,
Absolutely
not
not.
today,
Okay,
not
like,
tomorrow, or the day after
okay,
that. You
ever.
can get your things and you can leave.
And you can go
Thank you. And good night. Because
immediately.
no, we're not dealing with that. Who?
Exactly. And so I feel like if people see that, like, these women they were beautiful, but they also knew they were beautiful.
Yes.
And the men that they were with also knew that they were beautiful. And
Yes.
they had other men interested. It wasn't just the one man. So there's no scarcity mindset.
Both.
There are men and they found the right man for them. And it wasn't contingent upon, okay, if I lose this weight, then he will think that I'm
Right.
enough. Then I will earn this love. And it's
Yeah.
like being who you are, being the amazing woman that you are is what earned you that. And being like you and he looked at you and saw your physical beauty as well as your inner beauty. But really, the
Definitely.
physical beauty is what they saw first.
Yeah. You know,
And so
I
I
feel it.
want people to see that and
Most
it not
definitely.
be because they didn't have any stretch marks or because they didn't have
They so perfect.
cellulite,
They're
they
so
didn't
perfect on the
have
pages. And
like,
this is no shade, no tea to the authors that do right their BBWs like that.
oh
Because
no,
that's
and
how you
I
see it. That's how you see it. But
because
for
they
me,
exist too.
yeah, they do exist. I know a
They-
few. Them help
Okay,
them
and so it's
Bridget
like
blessed. You know?
exactly, and I feel like, but because all of us aren't. So
Right.
if someone is writing their BBW like that, then the person who fits that mold is like,
Yeah,
yes,
that's their
this is
representation.
this
This
is
is
my
their
life.
truth. Yeah,
But
most definitely.
for those of us who were not, then it's like, yes, there were roles. There
Right.
there
Okay.
were
Listen.
there was
Like I said, I
cellulite.
done lost
There
over 100 some pounds and I'm still like, child, whatever body you gonna get at this point, okay? I ain't got no
listen,
money for surgery. I
okay.
don't even trust nobody with surgery right now. So it just is what it is, you
I
know.
feel like, and I think at the end of the day, I was fat when you met me. What did you expect was underneath these clothes? Like
Yeah.
when you hugged me,
You know,
did
and
you not feel
I wanna say something in this interview. I had said off camera, you know, but we'll talk. Don't leave right after the show. We'll talk. Let's move into a little industry talk though, okay?
Mhm.
Because your Big Girl Blitz is gonna be out next week on the 14th.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for you too, baby. Let me tell you, I'm
Thank
gonna buy two
you.
more copies, okay? I don't
Thank
care
you
that you
so much.
send me
I
one.
need
Listen,
that.
I got it right here. I got it right here, but I'm still gonna buy it, okay? Because
Thank
I
you.
just
I
want to
appreciate
support. Oh,
you
you're welcome.
because it is so I would love for people to be able to go out and get it and then the industry be like, huh, so fat, black, and natural hair is something we can
We can
bank on.
market, we can
Okay,
sell it. Yeah.
let's do more of this.
Yeah. And the other thing too I want to talk about because I've seen a few authors get frustrated because somehow some places have your book releasing early.
I know.
Can you, can you expound upon how that hurts you? I'm not gonna say hurt. What are the consequences, or how does it kind of shape your release day if your book is being sold before release day? Can you walk us through that as a trade author?
So because in my contract it didn't say like strict on sale.
Mm,
When the bookstore got it, they were
mm,
supposed to put it out on the 14th, but if they were like, "Oh, we got time on our hands and we can just put it out now," they can. Um,
mm,
and I guess I knew that because of what happened with Plus Size Player.
mm,
I think that I was thrown this time around for several reasons, but 2 weeks just felt like it felt like that's extremely early. That's I
a
think the
little bit
books were
too
sent to
early.
you so that you could be ready, not necessarily for you to but, so they aren't supposed to report the sales until release day.
Right.
And it according to my publisher, because as soon as the first person that had messaged me and said, "Hey, I just saw a Big Girl Blitz at Barnes& and Noble," I said, "Oh, wow, like, thank you," because I'm always appreciative of people, like, if you go out and buy my work, I'm appreciative. So, I was like, "Oh, thank you." Immediately went to my email though. I said, "Hey guys, what's happening?"
Please,
And
please.
so so the publishers got back to me and they were like, because it's not strict on sale, yada yada yada, but they aren't supposed to report it until release day.
Unfortunate.
If they report
Mm,
it during on release day, release week, then it counts towards that week of sales.
mm,
So the way it hurts, the way it hurts me is if the store reports it during the week it was sold.
mm,
Then, if you have to sell a certain amount to hit big lists like USA Today, New York Times, lists like that, if you have to sell a certain amount a week, because these are weekly lists,
Right.
constantly changing. So if you have to sell a certain amount during that week, but now the sales that I would have had for release week have been spread out
2 weeks
over,
prior.
mhm, then
Yeah.
that negatively impacts my opportunity. And while at the end of the day, a book sold is a book sold,
Right.
for me, if I hit certain lists, then that makes me more marketable and able to ask for more money. That
Right.
puts me in a position to be able to do a few other things that I might not necessarily get the opportunity to do or as quickly because of that. So if the bookstore does what they are supposed to do, then it doesn't necessarily have a negative impact. Um, but if they don't, and like I know I know that they don't always do what they're supposed to do because
Right.
last year Kennedy's book was put out before it was supposed to be put out, and before her release day, she had already hit USA Today, and
Mm.
her book wasn't officially out yet. And so I just think about like if this now, I truly 100% believe that what's for me is for me, and that
Yeah.
like what God has for me is already mine.
Right.
But when you look at the way opportunities are set up, if if the reporting does go in for the release week, then that's probably my first like real shot at hitting a list during my release
Right.
week.
Right.
Um, And so it's like I appreciate every sale. I appreciate everyone who buys and supports. Like, and I feel like if, especially if I don't know when the release day is, if I'm at the bookstore and I see a book, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
grab this book.
But
Like, so
and
like
it's no fault to the reader or the
at
consumer
all,
because we
like
just thinking, oh, we supporting our girl. It's out
e-
early. Okay, we gonna buy it. We don't want nobody
exactly.
slapping us on the hand for it. But I'm kind of learning the business a little bit. So when I saw it, I was just kind of like,
Yeah, like I
okay.
didn't know either. Like I wouldn't have
Yeah.
known until it like happened to someone I knew, and
Mm-hmm.
then like literally happened to me 3 weeks later, and I said, "Oh,
This how this feels. Okay. I will say
I
though,
was sympathetic, but now I empathize because I'm right
yeah,
here."
yeah,
So yeah, so it's not like I appreciate every sale. I feel like what's for me is for me, but like
mm-hmm.
if people could go out and grab some copies
On
on
release
release day,
week.
that would be great.
Man, yeah.
That would be
No,
great.
I get it. I think I have this talk, I've made a few author friends in this industry, and I'm also always talking about, trad versus indie. And I just feel like as a black author, a black woman that's an author, even a black man, don't want to leave them out. It's like it's just always something. If you trade, you got to deal, with early releases and all this, and making sure your book is marketed right, and make sure the numbers are counted. If you're making a list, and if you're indie, it's you putting up your money, it's you pushing your pen. You got to stay more vocal, more social, and it's kind of like when does it end? When do we get the, just on either side, or even if you're hybrid, it's like when do these authors just get to say, Jesus Christ. Do you think you'll ever get there? Or you just like, I'm in this fight. I'm cool with it. This is what I signed up for. I'm a rocket how they roll it.
So I feel like I can't even pretend like my publisher doesn't do right by me. Like
Okay.
I
Thank
feel
God they
like
do. Thank
when
God they do.
I when I'm in like spaces and people are talking about like all the things that their publisher is not doing, because this is my only experience with a publisher,
Hmm.
I thought like I was just like,
Oh, this is
ooh.
across the board. Oh, no.
Like
Not me.
but I feel like they do right by me. But
That's
I
good. I love
do
that.
me too, girl. Like I feel like God is good.
Cause I've
God is
heard
good.
stories. I've heard some stories,
Same.
and I'm
And
like, you under this imprint, and this is happening under. Come on, what are we doing?
Yeah, it is very disheartening when I hear about it. Like, but also I just feel like there are so many things that when as an indie author that I had to do on my own that I just
Yeah,
can't. Like,
yeah,
it's a lot to try to do all by yourself.
most definitely.
And then as a like traditional, it's like a lot of stuff that I where I did have control, I do not. And so then it's
Right.
just kind of like, all right. And
It's kind
so
of a give and a take, right?
yeah, so as a hybrid author, I feel like there are like pros and cons to like
Mm-hmm.
to both, but I do feel very, very blessed to have landed with Bramble. Like I feel
Yeah,
like when I hear things, I'm just like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, that's and they're like, Do they do that to you?" And I'm like,
And
"Uh-uh."
listen, and it kind of puts you
But
in
I
that
feel bad.
mindset that old folks say, "Fave ain't fair," because
Right, like I started, I'm
right,
like,
and sometimes you just gotta be like, let me be
right.
quiet because I thought everybody was getting the treatment I was getting,
Right.
right?
So now I'm just like, I just be supporting and like,
Yeah,
and then when if someone asks me directly if that's my experience, I'm like, it's not my experience, but I
right,
recognize that that is the experience of a lot of people out here, and it's
mm-hmm.
not okay.
Right,
But I can't claim like, oh, I know what it's like to not feel supported or to not feel like the publisher is like backing you. Like
mm-hmm.
I can't say that because
Right,
that's not my situation, but
right,
I do know that that has happened, that it's happening, and I want something to change so that everybody's experience can be as
right,
pleasant as it
right.
can be.
Right. Now, one thing I will say I love about you too, Danielle, is that you're always in support. Like whenever I see you online, I see you in people comments, whether it's a content creator, influencer, author. And I saw this online and it just made my heart smile because just like you're one of my favorite authors, so are these ladies, okay?
Oh,
So you're sharing release dates with Natasha Bishop. I got the art of loving you, Chef's Kiss, and JL Seeger, and y'all have
yeah,
named it a 414 celebration. I
yes,
saw this, I was just like, baby, the way we would pull up for each other and the way we support each other. Because when I
yes.
saw y'all release, I was like, wait a minute, oh, this coming out April 14th. What the hell going on? But I thought it
No,
was just love across the board. Can you just kind of explain how this feels to be sharing that day with your pen sisters?
it feels so good. It was funny because for a long time, I didn't remember my release day. I knew it was April, but I didn't remember the day. And so
Come on now,
then
yeah.
when it was a lot going on, okay, it was a lot
Mm-hmm.
happening at that time. But
Okay.
I was like, I think we might have been at the Petersburg Book Festival because we had a panel together at the
Mm-hmm.
Petersburg Book Festival. And
Okay.
and I was like looking, I was like, wait a minute, April 14th. I think that's my release date too. And
Yeah.
so then once I was like, oh, this is we have the same release day.
Yeah.
I reached out to them and I was like, hey ladies, since we have the same release day, do you want to like do something together? And they
Mm-hmm.
said yes. And so I like called up Resist and I was like, hey, this is what I want to do. Um, like to really to cap off the
Right.
release, the Big Girl Blitz release tour,
Yeah.
and um, and they were down with it,
Yeah.
and so then I was like, it's not for like the other stops, like those are like they were scheduled in the bookstore, like so I'm working hand in hand with Resist, but it's very much like my baby. Like I
Yeah.
called up like Nikki and I was like, "Hey girl,
And we love Nikki
would you
Payne. Shout out to
want
Nikki Payne, by the
to?"
way.
Love her. I was
But
like,
love her
"Would you
down.
want to moderate?" And
Yes.
she was like, "Absolutely." And I have a very talented singer rapper who is going to be performing. She performed at my very first because I didn't know. I only knew what people were saying online about
Mm-hmm.
their experiences with traditional publishers.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know that Bramble was going to put together a release event for me. So I
Mm-hmm.
had scheduled my own, and
Okay.
because that's I did
Well, sure,
as an indie,
that's the black woman attitude. I'll do it myself. You know,
right?
you know,
I was
we never waiting on nobody to do nothing for us. We gonna always do it ourselves.
okay. So I called up Resist, and then I had like a poet, I had a live musical artist, and then I was selling these curvy girl summer like little things, and then we
Mm-hmm.
like chit chatted, and so it wasn't really like a conversation because I was
Mm-hmm.
also selling the things in the back, but it was just more like a meet and greet. We take
Right.
pictures, and so I had already set that up, and then Bramble was like, "All right, so here's your tour." And I said, "Oh, well, on this date, I already have something." And so it's the same. Lilith Rose is going to be performing.
Okay.
I have a poet, Paula, who is going to be performing. It's amazing. Like both of them are amazing. There's a DJ who is also amazing that I hired him,
Mm-hmm.
and it really, for me, the idea came to me because I saw someone had posted something, and it was like, all of these books are coming out on April 14th. Which one
Mm-hmm.
are you getting? And I didn't like the energy of that because it felt like,
Yeah.
no,
Oh
get them
yeah.
all.
Yeah.
We're not in competition with each other. Like, let's get them all.
Because it's
So
always community over competition. Always.
exactly. And so after I saw that, that's what made me think, oh, I wonder if they would want to do an event together. And so
Yeah.
then I reached out to them, and then I was like, all right, I'll contact you all with more details. So
Okay.
then I got with Resist, and so I put it together to celebrate like all of us,
Most
but
definitely.
it was very much like to cap off Big Girl Blitz and the release, but also the fact that Natasha and Janelle have releases too, and
Mm-hmm.
that they're all coming out
Yeah.
on April 14th. And so
Yes.
you don't have to choose. You can get
No.
all three
Listen,
and really a good
it,
time.
it is a real life why choose situation for me because
Yes.
I was
Because
like,
why choose? Have
why
them all.
choose? What listen, and I got both y'all arcs at the same. So I said, baby, I don't know what publishing gods are looking down on me, but I thank you. I'm talking about ate them up. Ate them all. And now, JL, I'm gonna have to get on your team, baby. You gonna have to slap me in there, okay? Please. But I just thought that was so beautiful to see because we're so used to even like when albums come out for artists on the same day. It's this whole who album you gonna get this day? Da, 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 da. So I'm glad you saw that and you recognized that immediately. Like, hey, we not gonna do this. You gonna get all our
Okay?
books.
Because it's
Open your
never
purse,
okay.
please. Open that pocketbook. We gonna buy
We're gonna check
everybody
the
damn
bills of the
book.
church. We're gonna
Okay.
open pockets.
Okay, everybody, you get a book and you get a book and you get a book and you get a book. We all gonna get some damn books. We ain't choosing nobody over nobody.
Right. Because I just think that it's something beautiful about like community in general,
Most
but like
definitely.
celebrating with these lovely ladies,
Mm-hmm.
celebrating with the performers, with the DJs, with the readers, like the bookstore, like celebrating with everyone in honor of all of the books. And like it's
Yeah.
not just specifically, oh, you have to choose one over the other. You don't. You never do.
And
Because
you
once you finish
shouldn't.
one book, you move on to the next book. Like
That's
it's
it.
never a situation where you're just gonna have one book for the rest of your
Right.
life. Like you read it
Yeah.
and then you go to the next one.
And I love the fact all of the books are follow up to series. I'm a series girl. Like I just listen. You tell that Natasha Bishop, chef's kiss, baby. It was
I
good.
will.
It was
I'm gonna
it
let
was
her
so
know.
good. Most
I'm gonna
definitely.
let
Please let her know for me. Um, One last question I have about the industry, and then we're gonna move to some fun stuff real quick before I let you up out of here.
okay.
Look at how far you've come now. Like I said at the beginning of the show, you've written now 55 books. You have a very successful series. You've written things that made us laugh and cry at the same time. if you look at where you started and look at where you are now, is there anything that you would take from your journey that you would give to a new author or author starting now to say, hey, Big Danielle went through this so you didn't have to? What piece of advice would you give them in
The
their journey
main
starting
thing
out?
the main thing is after you write the book, keep at it.
Mm,
I feel like when like, because there are a number of people who think Curvy Girl Summer is my first book. It is not.
it is not.
But, like, if I wrote and released Back to Life in 2013,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get signed to Bramble until 2023. Curvy
Mm,
Girl Summer didn't come out until 2024.
mm,
If at any point I would have stopped, then I would have never gotten to that point. And so if you keep going and if you're doing it for you and you're doing it because you feel called to do it, you're feeling like this is what your purpose to do, then keep going. It doesn't matter what it looked like. My very first, because when I tell you I had no problem throwing my own Curvy Girl Summer release party because I've been doing this. So when Back
right.
to Life came out, I had a release party. It was me, my best friends, my partner at the time, and then their partners, and that was the celebration.
Mm-hmm.
That was also the audience because, like and so I feel like when you do the things, don't look at okay, how many people are reading it and then gauge if you're going to keep doing it on that if you
Mm-hmm.
can. Look at the impact that's made because I
Yes.
got one email from someone and I need to go back and look for it. I got one email this um from this girl who she was at JMU. So she
Mm-hmm.
was in college and she said that Back to Life was the first time that she had seen like felt like she saw herself in
Mm-hmm.
a romance. And I was like, I love that. And I felt like that really made me feel like that's what I'm supposed to be doing. That's where I'm supposed to be. This is the lane I'm
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how many books did I sell? A couple.
She
But
said a
like
couple.
a couple. But
Listen, we
like
love transparency over here. Okay.
but like one of those at that time was this girl who felt
Mm,
seen. And
yeah.
I was still working my full-time job. So it was like I knew that I was purposed to do that.
Right.
And I made the time to write and continue to write while working full time because the books weren't paying the bills, but it was fulfilling my purpose. And so I
Yes.
feel like the best advice that I can give you is that if you are feeling called to do it, if you are feeling whatever it is, it doesn't have to be writing, it could be anything. If you are feeling called to do it, if you are feeling like it is your purpose to do it,
Mm-hmm.
find a way to get it done because everything is going to come together if it's what you're supposed to be doing
Mm-hmm.
when the time comes. And again, for me, it was 10, 11 years. But
Mm-hmm.
like when the time comes, you'll be ready for it and you won't have felt burnt out by it because it's on well, because you should be taking care of yourself and making
Right.
sure you don't get burnt out. But also it is part of your purpose. It is part of what you are supposed to be doing. And so that is what I would want people to know. That is what I didn't have anyone say that to me, but it's what I felt.
Mm-hmm.
And because my full-time job, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like, ah, yes, this is my life's work. But
Right,
like
right, right.
but like in the I even though I felt that way with books, that wasn't getting the bills paid.
Right.
So it's like I
Right.
needed both at the time.
Right. Right. And I love that you're very transparent because I'm not gonna put this, but I feel like with anything, right? When people start doing something, they want that instant gratification. I
Mhm.
want it to take off now. I need it right now. This person's
Absolutely.
doing this, that person's doing it. She just wrote her first book. Yeah, we're number one. I've been doing this. It's like your journey is your journey. and you have to appreciate your journey while you're going through it. And I love the
Absolutely.
fact that you're transparent. Like, look, I was still writing. I sold 2 books at an event. I still kept going. Deal didn't come to almost 20 years later, but I kept at it. And
Whoa. Okay. 10. You put extra years on me, and
just had play with you for a little minute, see if you're gonna catch my draft. But no,
like
I
y'all was
like
listening.
that. but no, but I like that you just said, like, hey, if this what you want to do, if this what you are called to do, you are led to do it. And when your time comes, when it's time for your number to be called, it's gonna be called. And the blessing
Absolutely.
be so big sometimes you be like, wait a minute, I didn't ask for all this. Just wait a minute, slow it down, you know?
Listen, and I feel like there is so much joy when the time does come because you
Mm-hmm.
know everything you put into it. But don't get me wrong, I would have loved if like I know people whose first book
Out the gate.
out the gate
Did
hitting
it.
lists, making big money. Okay,
TV
making
deals, movie adaptations, the
okay,
whole nine, right?
and it's like wow. But the thing is, you also have to be genuinely happy for people because like
Ooh.
I definitely was like, oh man, that's amazing. And
Mm-hmm.
I always saw it like if it's possible, if it can happen for this person, that means
Mm-hmm.
that something like that can happen for me. So
Mm-hmm.
like, do I wish that it was me it happening for that quickly? Sure, that would have been lovely. But like that didn't take away from me being happy to see it happen because now I
Right.
know that it's not just in my imagination. I know that it's real. I know that it's a possibility because
Yeah.
there's some things you don't really even know that can happen till you see or hear it happen for someone else. And you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you can do that?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
something that can, okay. And now you know, okay, let me adjust what I'm praying about. Let me adjust what my goals are because I was thinking small.
Mm-hmm.
They doing big things, and so these
Yeah.
big things are possible. But absolutely, if you keep with it, you just never know when it's going to be like your moment. And so, but I do feel like taking that time gave me the perspective
Mm-hmm.
to enjoy everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I have people who have been rocking with me since the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
since very early on. And so it's like I appreciate that like nobody's business. And so it's
Yeah.
like I feel like I was able to come into the traditional space with a group of people who read my work, who know me and who support me without any type of marketing or anything like behind me. Like I can like post about something. I used to just be like, hey guys, today's release day because I the book's coming out today, and then
Hi,
there'd be
don't
people
forget
who
I
would buy
believe.
it. They're
Yeah.
like, hey, like I didn't buy ads. I didn't have like it was literally um I I only it was only five at most arcs if I did art. And
Right.
then it would be like, "Hey guys, please buy my book." And there would be people who would buy it and
Yeah. Yeah.
I was able to eat. And
Yeah.
then this opportunity happened which put me in front of a lot more people,
Right.
and that is a beautiful thing. But like I feel like I wouldn't have been able to navigate any of that without having to put in the work. And so I feel like when it was my time, like that's when the opportunity presented itself. But
Mm-hmm.
prior to that, even though I wanted it, where I was, and it also could have been who I was partnered with, like all of these things. There's so many things in your life that can affect when the
Most definitely.
blessings
Most
happen. And
definitely. Because
so
if you connected to the wrong people, whether it's friends, family, man, woman, Baby, that blessing will be on hold. Ask me how
Yes.
I know. I
God's gonna
promise
be
you.
like, not yet.
Not yet. I promise you. When some things start shifting, it's like boom, boom, boom. I'm like all I had to do was okay, this makes sense now. But I'm
Yes.
glad you just, you're letting people know if you want to do a thing, stick to it, stay
Yes.
down, and keep perfecting your craft. Keep showing up, even when it's just you and that one other person, them three people in your living room. Keep showing
Okay.
up. You know,
Okay.
it's gonna happen. All right, so Danielle, before we get out of here, I'm gonna play a little game with you. Okay.
Okay.
Now we seen your illustrated cover of Big Girl Blitz.
Yes.
We kind of got an idea of what the MMC might look like. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna play this game called "Is This Your King?" Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna show you some pictures because the girlies love to do their graphics and their visuals and do their reviews or whatever, right? I
Mm-hmm.
want you to give them a yay or a nay, or tell me at least if I nailed it. You can
Okay.
say, "Girl, ain't none of them who I had in mind for Lamar." You can say that too, okay? So this is called "Is This Your King?" Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna show you the first picture. It's gonna be four. Show you the
Okay.
first one. Okay, this is
Okay.
the first one. Now this is what I thought of. Okay, contestant number one.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Is it doing what it needs to do just a little bit?
A
Maybe.
little bit. A little bit. I
Okay,
gotta see what
okay,
the other ones are talking about, but like I see the vision of where you're
okay,
going with this.
okay, okay. Now, contestant number two.
Okay.
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 Now, if
I
y'all
see
ain't watching on YouTube, y'all gonna have to switch from that audio to the YouTube because it's some scrumptious up here on the screen. Okay.
it is. It is.
Okay. Okay. Contestant number three.
Okay.
Okay. You see the
Okay.
vision? You
I
see the
do see the
vision?
vision. I
Okay.
do.
Okay.
I do.
And contestant number four. I'm just saying. Just
Okay.
saying. Okay. Now I'm
So,
gonna put all of them up here together so you can
okay.
take your time. Now, out of these four men folk,
Ah.
which one of these is your king?
Okay, my personal king or Lamar? Because I feel
Lamar. No,
like
no, no, no. Lamar. Who? Lamar. Not. Look. Not. We ain't trying to be in your business, Danielle. Come on. Now we trying to get our visuals together. So when we read with this man in mind, we can say, okay, that's him. When they see the pocket, like, okay, she said it was him. So the girls be doing a little graphics and stuff.
okay. So, okay. I my eyes keep gravitating toward one person,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like it's because it is an actor I love.
Okay.
Um, but I'm like, is that Lamar though? Then I feel like when I look at the build of this other one and the youthfulness in his cheeks, I'm like,
Mm.
okay, so this is very difficult for me.
Okay.
If
Okay.
I am if I have to pick, number one is probably the closest to the cover.
Okay. Okay.
In my mind, though, I would say it's more of a number two.
Okay. With the backwards hat on, right?
Yes.
Him.
Yes. With just a little bit more like meat on him
Mm.
in my mind.
Okay.
But if we're doing cover, then number one.
Okay. Okay.
If
I can see that. Cause
possible,
yeah, cause that's the cover.
right. Because I'm thinking with the Caesar, the beard, the thickness, like this is the cover.
Okay. Okay.
But because he's sitting down, I'm also not getting a full like does he have that presence?
Yeah.
But is that Tyler LaPlay? or is it LaPlay? Lepley?
Yeah, this was a random man I found on Pinterest. I don't know who this man
Oh,
is.
no.
Sorry to this man. I don't know this man. I don't know this man. I
Can
was
we
just trying to put together some visuals.
bring up contestant number 4? Can we pull him up?
Contestant number 4. Where he go? Mr. Him.
Yeah, that looks
Yeah.
like Tyler.
Tyler Lepley from P Valley.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's giving him.
It is. It's definitely giving him. I feel like because his beard is fuller than Lamar's,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like. But I mean, it's a good image. It's a good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, with the sitting down, it doesn't.
It
I
doesn't
feel
see
like
the full.
Lamar is also like the essence. You know what I mean? Like his
Mm-hmm.
physical presence. Like, and this isn't a spoiler in chapter 1, when we meet him,
Mm-hmm.
she
Yeah.
feels like his
Mm-hmm.
presence
Mm-hmm.
because he's so big. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's why the one with the number 2 with him standing
Mm-hmm.
up, he
Holding
felt
the
like he
man.
I felt that presence with him.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I might didn't nail it, girl. As I was just trying. I was like, let me see if I can find
I
a
think
few
you did good.
men.
I think
Okay. Okay.
you did good, especially that number 1. If he was standing up, he would have been
Yeah.
shoo-in. Yeah,
Cause I was
but like I
like
couldn't tell.
big, tall, scrumptious,
Mhm.
big defensive player. Oh,
Okay, like nice
yeah,
and thick and yeah.
a teddy bear,
Yes.
real
Yes.
soft, real, my man, my man, my man.
Very much so. Very
All right.
much.
So Danielle, you gonna be outside a little bit, baby. So we got to tell the people where you gonna be at. I'm about to bring it up. You
I'm
know,
going to be so many different places. So I'm going to
yeah,
go from I'm gonna be in Richmond, I believe.
yeah. I got it up here on the screen.
Okay,
That way you
perfect.
ain't got to
Yes.
think hard about it.
Thank you. Okay. So I skipped over where I'm gonna be this weekend. Okay. I
Yeah.
will be at the Conyers Book Festival. And then I'm gonna be at Eagle Eye Books. That was an addition. So during the day I'm gonna be at Conyers. That night I'm gonna be at Eagle Eye in Atlanta. Then Fountain Books in Richmond, Quail Ridge in Raleigh, Last Chapter in Chicago. Adane, is that how you say? I don't know.
Adan.
Adan
And yeah, I guess.
in New York. Then BookCon, the LA Times Festival of Books, then Kindred Stories in Houston, Larkin Owl in Georgetown. There's still tickets left for Richmond at Fountain Books. There's still tickets, I believe, at Last Chapter in Chicago, at Larkin Owl in Georgetown,
Mm-hmm.
and at Books a Million in Stafford.
Okay.
I think everything else is sold out.
Okay. All right. And of course, we have to let the people know that you're going to be at, the one I'm gonna see you at again. Cause I met you last year at Black Book Bash. I don't know if you remember that. Cause that's you signed this for me.
Yay! I love it. I
Let me tell you
love it.
something. You said live life. Let me put it in camera. You said Charlie, live life to the fullest.
Yes.
When I tell you, I was there with my good friend Nisha. I got the other podcast with Finding Ratchet with her. When I tell you, you signed that book, and I was like, she was like, "Girl, come on, you embarrassing me." I was like, "Jesus," and we took a picture together. And you were so nice. You were so inviting.
Thank
You were just so
you.
everything. So we're gonna see you again at BRBF.
Oh, yes, at the
I'm
end of
gonna
May.
at the end of May. So I'm gonna let you know, Miss Girl. I'm gonna be in that line. Now I'm be working because I'm one of the podcast partners. But I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
be in
love
that
it.
line. So if you
I
see me
love
again, just put me a little something to the side.
it.
I got my
I have
coinage
it.
together,
I have it
you
to the
know.
side for you.
Yeah, but I just it's just always so good when you get to meet, people you admire and the work that they do. So I just want to thank you so much for again agreeing to do this, being nice to me the first time I met you back in last October. I'm gonna see you again. Oh my
Yes,
God.
I'm gonna see you soon.
See you soon. So
Yes.
before you get up out of here, anything else you want to let the people know you got going on? Any words of encouragement, words to the wise, anything else?
First thing first is to keep joy in your life. Keep joy in your life. Keep joy at the forefront of your life, especially with all this madness going on. Make sure that you are telling people you love them. You are spending time with people that you love, that you are doing the things that you love because tomorrow's not promised.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we should always think about is living for the day. Come see me at one of the tour stops. Please, please, please go out, buy a couple books this week.
Please. Please.
Because okay, I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. So like
She's
if
doing,
you,
guys. She's doing.
I'm trying to make things happen. So
Yeah.
if you found it on your heart
In your
to
heart. Yes, Lord.
get a couple of big girl blitzes this weekend or
Yes.
this upcoming week
Yeah.
in exactly 1 week actually. So
Yeah.
7 days.
1 week, 7 days.
Um, then please do. And yeah, just be kind to one another. Um, there's so much hate swirling around as is.
Mm-hmm.
Be kind to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Be kind to other people who are being kind to you.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Miss Danielle Allen, we want to thank you again for coming to the Old Charlie Please podcast. I'm gonna give you another round of applause. You are that girl in every sense of the word. You are
Thank
everything that you think
you.
you are, and then some.
Thank
Don't
you.
leave just yet because we're going to talk for a few minutes before you leave. But
Okay.
I just want to thank you again for coming onto the show doing this. And I wish you a very successful release week,
Thank you.
that you make all the lists that you're supposed to make. And even if you don't make them, it's still going to be a
Listen,
success. It's still going to be
it's still
that.
a blessing. It's still
It's
a
still a
blessing, no matter
blessing. Yeah.
what. No
Yeah.
matter what.
Listen, you ain't partying in the living room no more. You got a whole book tour, baby. You did it.
Okay.
You here. You've arrived, darling. You've arrived. Okay. Well, I want to thank y'all again for tuning in to another episode of Old Charlie Please. Remember, we are on the tour where you can see this beautiful lady's face. And if you just want to listen to us on the way to work, baby, in the gym, remember we are on all podcasting platforms, baby. We on even on Audible. When you get to listen to the audio book, slide over to the podcast. Okay, we over there too. We're
Yeah.
gonna thank Danielle Allen again. We appreciate her. We love her. Go get that damn book, because if I found it, y'all done got it. We're gonna have a problem. All right. Again, it's Faith first, Shade second, and I'll see y'all next time. 5,